hiatus was just me going on vacation out of town. And of course, as soon as I leave, we get like a cold snap that comes through here, and everybody started to get sick. This dude got sick, boss man got sick. I'm getting text messages from him like, oh, you can't ever take another vacation because everything just kicks the bucket when you go on vacation. I'm just like, man, this dude calling me about ridiculous stuff. But just because I'm on vacation don't mean I don't answer the phone for my friends. But now we're back at it. On to the next service call where the unit is supposedly freezing up. Not sure why. We've had various issues with this unit. I think last time Chad thought that the unit was low on refrigerant. I know I didn't go back and replace it, but we had to replace the defrost control board there because somebody had bypassed it for some contactor coil issues, like the wires that go from contactor COM in and Y out or whatever that go to the contactor, they weren't sending voltage. So I don't know, we're headed there right now and we're gonna see what we can find. Oh, hello, what's up, my man? Oh, let's see. When did you see it frozen? Last night?
Well, when I kept feeling number cold air coming out the thing, I kept saying it again. So it's been doing it for like about, I'll say the whole week. And then I said, something ain't right. So someone told me, well, upstairs again and look outside. And look outside. Yeah.
It was still frozen. Okay. All right, let's see if it still froze, Jake. Let's see here. Yeah, it's frozen. It still froze. Golly! Is it just not putting it? I wonder if the dang sensing bulb. Did you or Chad come out to put the new board on?
I came to put the new board on, but Chad came
after that.
After.
I'll have to check the invoices. When they gave you the new board, did it come with a sensor?
I didn't get no sensors with the new board, no.
I guess for Ream might be the only company that does that. Ream and maybe ICP. Maybe. So let's see here. All right, well. What the heck?
Oh. Wait, no. What did Chad have me do?
I see Chad told you to probably put the jumper from Y1 in there.
Yeah, that's my bad. I just
well, we got a green.
We got both. They're both on.
Green and red are both flashing. Let's see if the
normal operation.
God damn, boy, hold on, let me look at the thing. I think it's kind of like a slow flash. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. It's not really like alternating either. They're both just a slow, simultaneous slow flash. Yeah, normal operation. All right, so let's see here. Where is the, let me not do that. Where is the defrost sensor? DF, right there, to defrost thermostat, which then goes back to there on the board. So let me see if I can get the, with how much ice is on here, I'm wondering if it's really just not going into defrost. But it should still be, because you put the new thermostats up too, didn't you? The two new Pro? Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see here. Where is DF?
Because I had to do that.
Defrost sensors are these two brown wires, or does it not tell me the color?
I had to come back a different time to put the defrost control board in.
It's these two brown wires. Let me just check the resistance on these. It's reading OL right now.
Do y'all see that?
You said chat, boy. I'm not a Twitch streamer. What is you doing? We gotta be boy. He said, "Come on, chat. You see it?" I don't know if I can live stream with the GoPro. I don't know. I might have to look into that. That'd be weird. That's just so weird, dude. All right, we might need to let's pull power off this and see if there's a break in the wiring anywhere. We gotta pull the top off of this. See what kind of sensor this is. The only bad part with this being a Lenox, there's no Lenox dealer in our area. We got to get it ordered all the way from Colombia at Lenox, at the actual Lenox supplier. You wanna know the coolest thing about this little thing right here? This little snap mount, right? You see this, right? Kapow. So it's 2 brown wires for the stat. I'm following it. It's right here. It's reading OL, but I don't see any breaks in the wire anywhere right here. Only thing I can say is let's just throw it into heat mode, and then we're gonna see if it'll actually put itself in defrost. That's the only thing I could suggest. Set to 74, so we do have stage 1 and 2 going, so the heat strips are probably on with it. Yeah. We didn't turn off anything with the low voltage, so it should still be good to cut on once I put the disconnect in. I got my gauges hooked up on it. Matter of fact, let me see what the pressures are reading. Oh, I'm not doing the air side. Did I not cut the? Oh, I didn't cut the pressure ones on.
You gotta put the disconnect back in.
I know. I'm still wondering why he told you to do Y1. You know, jumping that out, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. What is the temperature outside right now? It feels like 47. The sitting pressure right now shows that this saturated temperature is lower than what it should be. So potentially, maybe we're a little bit low, but we're gonna let this run and go from there. Oh my God. So even though the defrost sensor is reading OL, it's just continuously running. Huh. When you were here or I mean, obviously Chad wasn't here, but when he told you to put that jumper on, was it not running at all if you didn't put the jumper on?
It wouldn't click in, yeah.
The contactor wouldn't?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. It's just pulling itself in a vacuum. That's crazy. All right, it's slowly going up. Boy, that thing dropped all the way down to 0. Almost start going negative.
Hey chat, 5 new subscribers will make a TikTok dance.
No, we won't. No, you can make a
He's lying.
You can make a TikTok dance. Actually, you can't because you deleted the app, so you can't even.
I can't watch this.
Oh man, what to look for? What to look for? So we know we got a low. I can't even say if that's a low pressure switch issue. Actually, I can check real quick and see if the switch is supposed to be cutting the system off, and that's what y'all bypassed. Low pressure switch is these 2 black wires up top, I think, on here. Yep, low PS right here. I got 24 volts. I don't know if the GoPro can pick that, but it's the low pressure switch is breaking voltage right now. Probed enough. So right here it shouldn't be calling, and it's not. All right, so I need to get a jumper out of my trusty bed, or is it in my pocket? Ah, it's in my pocket. What I'm gonna try to do now, guys, is if I don't know if it's a TXV because the whole thing was frozen in there. So what I'm gonna try to do is see if I can switch the flow of refrigerant, see if I can get this to thaw out a little bit. She'll still be having the heat strips run inside, so it's still gonna be supplying some kind of heat, but really right now we're trying to see what's causing this to freeze up. And I think,
Look, chat, look at that.
it is a TXV. Should have realized that by all the dang little copper tubing we seen right here, because there's the bulb. But it is fairly melted now. Before I got the unit back running in heat mode. I'm hoping that this is showing up good on camera right now. But both sides are dropping. So it's not showing really any sign of a restriction because I'm not truly building up any pressure on the high side. But I am, you know, staying low on the suction. So we already got everything hooked up. I got a charging tee hooked up already down there. I've already bled out the vapor and the air from the hose. So we're gonna start adding stuff in, and I believe we should get this situation straight. All right, y'all, after running it with the reverser valve jumped out, so it was running in cool mode, so I could, you know, get some of the ice melted off and everything. On the defrost sensor, I now have some resistance, whereas before when we got here, it was reading OL. I tried to, I still have the jumper in test mode, but we're still putting out like a 40-degree difference. It never went into defrost. When I did the test, I don't know why, but I think for some reason, I mean, it's a new board, not a new sensor though, but the sensor works. Go ahead and put this back. Remove the jumper. Had to look up how to do this off the Blue On app. Don't mind the OL on there. My probes are just on the ground. Put that back there. And after like 2 seconds, it's supposed to jump the it's supposed to do the defrost. But I do notice right now I have a green flashing, and I don't know if that's on or if I think that's off. So green flashing, red off. What the heck? Discharge line temp fault? No, that's on. That's on. Bro, that's crazy. It's a slow flash. I don't even see this fault code. I mean, it's just green is the only one flashing, but red is off.
On, off, high pressure lockout.
That's on. That's not a flash though.
Son, that's green. Green's on, yes.
Green is flashing. It's not on. It's flashing.
Slow flash.
See, that's
not even a slow flash. That's a fast flash.
That ain't no fast flash. What are you talking about? That's red. Red is fast flash. Red is fast flash.
No.
But Red is off. I'm telling you what you just read.
I'm reading that. That's the discharge sensor lockout.
You think that's a fast flash?
Yeah.
Ah, that seemed kind of slow, bro. But I get what you're saying though, because that's the only thing that seems like it even lines up with that fault code though, because that is off. Somehow a fast
Or
flash.
then there's this one, which is high pressure fault. Slow flash off.
Bro, but that's crazy. I'm not even running a high pressure. What do we have? What is going on here? I come up here and this is what I see. What the heck? Why are the... Oh, when I wonder if Chad told Jacob to jump her out the W's. This just seems really ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, why is it not just in the W2E part? So weird. The unit is off right now. These are the wires that go to the high pressure switch, and they are reading OL. Dude, but it wasn't even running that high of pressure, so there could be... Is it something wrong with this right here? No, that looks like it's in there. We might have to take the top off again, see if there's a break in the wiring somewhere, like a rub out, because that's just weird. It shouldn't be doing that. Dude, this is ridiculous. It's the most kind of problems I've ever seen on a dang Lenox unit, man. This is ridiculous. The blue wires that come from the board for the so-called high pressure switch, because I don't see anything down there. And actually, yeah, there's two yellows there. The two yellows come up off of this. But what are the blues for? No, that's not for that comes off the high pressure switch is right after the dang piece right there.
Black wires.
But where do the blue wires?
Those blue wires go right here.
Yeah, but from the high pressure out goes to, it goes through two different switches. S4, which is right here, switch used only in units equipped with compressors which do not include internal switch. So the compressor, I guess, doesn't come with an internal overload. It's got a switch tied into the high pressure, which, you know, kind of coincides with all that high temperature rust that I've been told from people online. If you come across with a compressor that's got all this like heat damage on the top, that it's just crap. S173 right here. Switch thermal protection. So not only does it have a regular high pressure switch attached to those, so that's what it is. But I don't know if the sensor comes from. What can I test? I can test the yellows. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yellow off of here, since it seems like the circuit goes yellow, through the yellow to the blue, through the blue, and then back to the board. I can isolate the one switch. Oh my God, man! Drop that. Just drop that. What's going on? I wish the GoPro hadn't died. Yeah, ran out of battery. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna ohm out these two yellow wires to see if the problem with the low pressure switch is here. Damn, I turned it off. Nope, this switch is fine. So then, testing. Oh, I gotta take this off. That'd be smart, Austin. Take this switch here, and this switch. That's reading OL. So we have a permanent fault there. So I'm wondering. That's something we're gonna have to notate. We can't replace that switch, I don't think. I think that's internally into the compressor, because there's no screw mount for that.
Yeah, as I said, there was no little opening ports for it, no nothing.
So what I'm gonna have to do is bypass this. Yeah, actually, I'll just put this. I just have to put this right back on it. There it goes.
Whoa, whoa.
I just want to try. I wasn't gonna leave
Oh,
it.
shoot.
I just wanted to touch it.
Oh,
All right.
shit. My heart stopped. I was like, I know this.
I'm not
motherfucker's
stupid. I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. All right, so now we got the top screw on. I pulled the disconnect out. Nothing's in there. And when I push this in, oh, the contactor didn't click on. Oh, board's in a delay. Board's alternating, flashing both colors. Take what out? No, I didn't do that. Alternating flash, coil set. Oh, bro, are you serious?
Coil sensor failure?
Oh, it's either it's two things. Either 5-minute anti-short cycle, which that's probably what it is, and then there's a coil sensor problem. But I'm not gonna go there. We're just gonna.
Damn.
It's been working. It's been
I
working.
hate the 5-minute fucking delays. It's
But
not really 5 minutes. It's like 10 to 15.
we got these blue wires for the high pressure switch off the compressor. Just pretty much just dead. But we did add about 2.5 pounds of 410A, and that did seem to rise up the suction pressure. It's sitting still lower than what it should be, and I'm wondering if it's really just, you know, the unit itself, the compressor having internal issues. But I don't think it's a TXV issue, because I'm no longer just consistently just pumping down. Both my suction and liquid pressure both went up. Liquid pressure is a little bit higher than what the chart calls for, but we got it was 41 degrees last time we looked.
No, it was 43.
43 degree
43 degrees.
on a zone system. 3.5 ton unit, probably like 2,200 square foot house, maybe max. There is no filters. I'll post a picture. I put my phone inside the air handler to get a picture of the coil. Coil is clean. It's rusty. It's clean. There are 3 returns in the house. One in the master, one in the hallway upstairs, and then one coming downstairs. But I'm just I don't think I'm gonna try to add any more refrigerant, considering that it seems like this compressor has an issue, something internally. I'm gonna put that on the invoice, but we're just gonna make sure that this all turns back on. We get good delta T's, and maybe now that things aren't bypassed on the defrost control board as well as up in the attic, we won't maybe the system will be able to actually do a defrost. Let me put the jumper right back where it was up there, so it's off at test mode, and when this starts back up, we'll check it. By the time I got the app to load, this thing went off on low pressure. It started to just pull itself down. My liquid pressure got all the way down to about 360. It started to go high. It reached about 428, and then it just started to drop, as well as the suction pressure did. Which is weird, because I mean the suction pressure only has to go through here. You know, it's not like it's got to pump. I mean, it's got to pump the liquid all the way up, and then it's got to come back, and then all the vapor pressures right here. This is definitely weird. I'm ready to chalk this up to a compressor issue, though, because I don't think it's the reversing valve. I mean, not the reversing valve, the TXV. Because I'm not, and the only reason I'm saying that, guys, because I don't see a, you know, it builds pressure for a little bit on the high side, but then it just drops. You know, I'm dropping on both liquid and suction. You got any ideas? You've been doing this for a minute. You got any ideas? Speak some science. What do you think is the problem here?
Well, in fact, whatever you took off that jumper, without that jumper, it ain't gonna run. With that jumper, it was running perfectly fine.
No, it obviously wasn't running perfectly fine because it was freezing. But because it was running, but because you guys had it just jump straight to Y, it didn't matter if it was ever going to go off on if the pressure. Because remember when we got here, I checked the low pressure. The low pressure switch had 24 volts across it at the board, so it was trying to break power. But because y'all bypassed it, it was still just running and sucking itself into a vacuum, or just just running on low pressure in general. Compressor issue. But then we also have a compressor issue because it's gone off on high pressure so many times, or internally just getting so hot that it's tripped that little one with the blue switch on the top.
Sunburnt on top.
Okay, I don't know about sunburnt, but
or whatever the fuck it's called, charred, whatever the fuck.
Bro, I'm trying to quit cussing, family friendly. I gotta get YouTube ads. Yes, I need the money. Cause it's hard out here for a pimp. This is not Twitch, bro. This is not Twitch. Oh man, I don't know. This is the craziest Saturday call I've ever had to do. Me and Chad gonna have to come to this one. Me and Chad, because I feel like it's gonna be a whole lot. I have an idea, but I don't want to make the call because he's just gonna be like, I don't believe you. So I'm gonna just be like, look, let's just go together and we'll do things, whatever you want to try. That's what we're gonna do here. Now that the GoPro, it didn't catch it. Now that the GoPro is a little bit charged, we kind of just. I had to backtrack so much on that call to even try to figure out what was the main issue. But I think what ended up processing in my head as we finished this service call was that when he put on the new control board, there was another issue, which I believe was the the high temperature discharge temperature switch, whatever, coming off the top of the compressor. I think that was bad then. So what my boss told him to do at that time was just jump wide to the contactor to get them going. And that worked until obviously it got so cold out that the unit just kept running off the Y call. And it never was able to go into defrost because the board already thought it had a high pressure fault issue. So, if you have, this is just the way I'm rationalizing it. If the board already believes it has another issue, it's not thinking the system is running. So, like if you had a system out on low pressure, the system doesn't think the compressor's running because it has already closed off the, the circuit because obviously a switch is open. So what we have to do now, I mean, even though I tried it and it didn't work, but I lost my, I wasn't able to log back into Blue On. Don't know why. So I couldn't. It signs me out all the time. I couldn't remember how to actually get the defrost to test on that system. But I do know by the time we were done messing with all the other things that were jumped out and bypassed, that the defrost sensor already had 2 ohms of resistance. So the switch itself was closed. And then we got the system to run. And it didn't cut off at all, but I'm still running lower pressures than what I want, or not what I want, what is called for on the data plate. But even though the pressures are lower than what it should be, somehow the discharge temp is still 200 something degrees, and there's no bypass in the ductwork, so it's not feeding hot air back to the coil, increase its pressure or temperature or anything like that. So that just means straight out of the compressor, it's just pushing 200 and something PS or 212 degrees worth of temperature, but still below the pressure that it calls for at that outdoor temperature. So I don't think it's a TXV. I don't think it is necessarily a refrigerant issue because the subcooling reading is pretty close to what it wants. I am very not sure, but I'm hoping, because we left with, I'm not going to be able to show you guys the Delta T pictures because unless you're going to send them to me. All right, cool. We had like a 41-degree split at the vents themselves. He didn't put his probes, you know, at the bottom of the supply and in one of the main trunk lines. So,
You got a 41.5.
was that to the downstairs or upstairs?
I have my upstairs.
So you had your probes downstairs?
Downstairs,
So
yeah.
from upstairs at the air handler to downstairs vents, it's reading 41 split. I mean,
Which that's good for downstairs. Fucking upstairs.
I think
probably
we
would've
just
been
need
at
to
least like 50, 60.
I think we just need to see now if the system is going to actually go into defrost now that things aren't bypassed and, you know, it's wired correctly. I'm not gonna say it was terrible, you know, to bypass those things. My boss did the best that he could, instructing him over the phone to figure out the issues that he had at that time. So if to be real, if there's anybody to blame, it's you, because you ain't find out that
I'm not the one who diagnosed the whole house.
No, I just mean like why the. Actually, you're right. You're right. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
We will. We're just gonna have to wait and see. It's running now. She's got heat. They're comfortable. It increased quite a bit in there. What, like 10 degrees, almost 66, 67 degrees in there now, with the strips running and the condenser.
Damn, how the hell, baby?
She'll be warm the rest of the night. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna get on back, drop him off, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. I'll do the maintenance another day. This call took 2.5 hours.
Oh shit, that's a dead bird.
Catch y'all on the next one.